everyone, I'm Åsa and I'm here with the experts from Agile HR Analytics, and I will be asking some questions throughout the session. But you may wonder what Agile HR Analytics is and how the solution can benefit your organization. So Agile HR Analytics is a HR solution built on Microsoft Power BI. It helps organizations improve decision-making, optimize workforce planning, and enhance employee engagement by providing data-driven insights on talent acquisition, retention, and performance. All right, Anthony, I got the first question for you today, and that is, how will your solution improve our managers' access to the data they need to make key leadership decisions?
Many who have come to us have told me that it used to take them months to try to get the reports that they need, and then finally they ended up with reports that were either outdated or untrustworthy. Thankfully, the way that we work, we've got a unique data model that allows us to set up your solution within 10 weeks, where your managers will be able to get access to the reports that they need in seconds.
Thank you so much for that. But why couldn't we get the same results with our own IT people?
You can. Your people can get the exact same results we do. All it takes is for you to invest full-time dedicated personnel that know how to set up unique data models, data scientists that will be working on this data model in trial and error until they get something that actually connects to your various backend systems. And you need DAX programmers, Power BI specialists that can try different equations until something works. And you will also need artificial intelligence programmers that know HR well enough to be able to create the kind of reports that you need. If you can put all this team together, generally within 2 years or less, and maybe $1 million or more, you should be able to do it yourself. However, we've discovered that many that have come to us and have tried to do it in-house, they end up coming back to us 1, 2, 3 years later and say, we've tried, we're giving up, help us. And within 10 weeks, we have them up and running.
Thank you so much for that. You know, it costs us a lot of money when we lose our people. How can your solution help us reduce attrition?
The way that we help reduce attrition, we use artificial intelligence to actually help predict the likelihood of certain people that are going to leave your organization. And we also look for patterns. That way you can tell if you see a whole set of members from one team or one country or a specific division that are leaving the company, you can look deeper into it and find out, is it a process issue, a management issue, or what's going on? But you can find this out before you get to the point where you're just doing exit interviews and it's over.
And what we see is really what we have needed for years. But how quickly could you get us access to these management solutions?
I've been in the business intelligence field since the 1990s. Most of the projects take 1 to 2 years minimum. But because of our unique data model, we can now connect to multiple data sources, getting you the exact reports that you need in 10 weeks or less.
Thank you. And how much programming would we need in-house, or would our managers need?
That's a great question. Most managers are not very technically advanced. Definitely not enough to be able to do any kind of programming. What I've discovered is that our clients tell us that right now they feel like they are data gurus without actually having to know any programming whatsoever. Because we've taken the time to do all of the legwork up front, with our data model, we're able to customize your reports to what you need right now. Then it's simply the matter of clicking a button and you will get access to the dashboard, to the exact data that you need.
And another question for you, Anthony, and that is, what type of ROI can we expect from implementing the Agile HR Analytics solution?
Return on investment is the most important question that you have to answer. What we find is most of our clients will save millions of dollars in the first 12 months. But the exact amount will depend on your specific situation, the number of employees that you have, how much is the value of each employee to your company, how much is the value of greater employee engagement, how much is the value of higher employee retention, how much do you value your managers having the exact data they need to empower your people to work more efficiently and to engage their higher senses to add more creative solutions to your company in the next 12 months. Just on the enablement alone, as far as implementation goes, normal business intelligence solutions can cost millions of dollars. You will need data scientists full-time working to come up with the data model that will work for your specific situation. You will need advanced artificial intelligence programmers. Finding the right people that actually also have good HR knowledge is very hard. Assuming that you find those, you will also need Power BI DAX programmers. I'm not talking about just average DAX programmers, but people that actually know what you need to get done to come up with the exact equations that match the needs for HR and for people analytics. On top of that, you need your HR leaders to be involved to make sure that you're getting the exact reports, the exact dashboards, the exact analytics that your managers need. All of this takes time, many, many months of time. Then at the end, you will have to get reports that you'll be working on a trial basis to determine what works, what doesn't work. With our solution, you cut all of that cost out of the way because we already have the artificial intelligence programmers that have already pre-packaged some solutions that we can customize to your need. We have the Power BI DAX equations, over 150 of them that have already been pre-created and tested, known to work. We also have HR subject matter experts that have given us feedback for the last 4 years. And we've been improving on the product and the output that you're going to get for your managers. Because of that, you will not have to spend millions of dollars on your project, but you will have a 90% cost savings just on the implementation alone, let alone all the huge return on investment to your organization for empowering your managers and your executives and your employees at all levels to increase their return on investment, to make sure you're watching out for signs of burnout. You'll be able to predict even before you lose some people. Our artificial intelligence will help you predict to know what the possibility is of someone leaving your organization. And that person could be the next Steve Wozniak or Steve Jobs that companies like HP lost. If you can capture them before they leave, their return on investment is 1,000-fold, obviously. Having $1 trillion Apple company that could continue to add value to your bottom line. Return on investment is a very important question, and you have to use it as a justification for this project. And we would love to have a conversation with you to sit down and figure out what are your exact ROI numbers and in what time frame, not just in 12 months, but in the next 5 years.
Another question is, how can we get started with Agile HR Analytics?
A great question, and it takes about 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, we will determine with you what are your highest aspirations and your greatest challenges. Once we know that, we will have a follow-up 30-minute meeting with your sponsors and your stakeholders to determine what are the high priority outcomes that they're looking for. Once we have that in place, and we will be able to show you a practical hands-on demo that you'll be able to watch on your own, as well as with us walking through with you in order to determine which of the dashboards are most important for you immediately, which will return the highest return on investment. When we determine that, we can then begin the implementation process with you. That's extremely easy to do if you work with us, bringing us your HR and IT stakeholders. Please do me a favor, book a time for 10 minutes. Let us know what are your highest aspirations and challenges, and we will start our conversation as soon as possible.
And here's another question that we do get asked a lot, and that is, what is the typical implementation process for implementing Agile HR Analytics?
I love answering this question. Our typical implementation process is unusual. Having been in the business intelligence field since the 1990s, working with Microsoft, IBM, and many of the global leaders around the world, I know that most projects take 1 to 2 years. Our implementation process takes 6 to 10 weeks. 6 to 10 weeks to get actionable dashboards that your managers at all levels will be able to use to make key decisions that will have very powerful positive impact in increasing employee engagement, increasing your retention of your high-valued employees, and decreasing losing key personnel from your company. And the way this will work, in the first week to 2 weeks max, we will sit down with your IT and HR stakeholders, determine what are the high priority dashboards that will have the greatest impact in your organization. We will also meet with your business partners and your executives, determine exactly what they need in order to make sure that by the time we get to the end of the implementation, this doesn't become shelfware, but it becomes something that they're going to use day to day. This way, when they are working with our leading global trainers, they are able to know that when you get to the end of implementation, you're getting data that they need right now to make decisions, and they will know how to use it to improve the whole organization, the culture of your organization. After the first 1 to 2 weeks, we will work with your IT personnel to make sure that the right data sources are brought into our data model. And with our data model, we speed up the whole implementation process to get the exact dashboards that you need. We will customize it depending on your colors of your brand. We can even customize it to your branding colors, to your specific needs of what you have, focusing on those high priority dashboards that will have the greatest positive impact in your organization. And then we will leave room to make sure that your end users are able to adopt this, because again, we want to make sure this doesn't become just shelfware, but it becomes something that you're going to use day in and day out. That way you're able to evangelize internally and go throughout the world and talk about how incredibly fast we were able to deliver the solution in partnering with you, and how great was the return on the investment for you as you work with us. To get started, make sure that you do sign up for that 10-minute initial conversation for us to know what are your highest aspirations and greatest challenges. That way we can begin the process as quickly as possible. I look forward to serving you.
Our team of experts provides onboarding assistance, ongoing technical support, and regular updates to help you get the most out of the solution. Additionally, we offer specialized training programs with our partner AIHR to equip your HR team with the skills and knowledge needed to fully leverage the power of HR and people analytics.
Agile HR Analytics is designed to be user-friendly and highly customizable. The intuitive interface allows HR professionals to easily navigate and interact with the data, while the flexible report templates can be tailored to address your organization's unique needs and goals. So now you can see my screen. This is Agile HR Analytics. We have covered 10 different areas, including executive insights, recruitment, new starters, all the way down to terminations and training. So I want to show you an example of one of the dashboards that we have here. For example, let's go and click on Executive Dashboard. Here, here you can see that we have 9 different KPIs here that matters the most to the executives. And as I said, it's highly customizable. You can definitely change the KPIs based on your organization's needs and goals. But here we have, for example, workforce, FTE, pay gap index, absenteeism rate, and so on and so forth. Not only you can see the rate based on the selected year and month, you also have the option to select business unit, or you have the option to add other slices as well. So here you can see that, for example, for workforce, we have 1,649 employees on April 2022. Not only you can see the KPIs based on the selected month and year, but also you have the option to compare it with last year and the first month of current year. So here you can see that compared to the previous year, the number of workforce increased by 8.56%, and compared to the first month of the current year, it increased 2.36%. And here we have added an AI feature which helps you to get insights using ChatGPT by clicking a button. So you have the option to click this button, and then it will give you insights getting from ChatGPT based on your organization's data. That's a great feature. Okay, let's get back to the glossary page, and we also have covered recruitment process. One of the reports that I want to show you is recruitment by job level. Here in this page, you can see that we have 3 different levels: operational, mid-level, and high level, and you can see the recruitment process for each section separately and have the option to compare the numbers. It's really great. Our customers love this report actually. And you can see the distribution of filled and active vacancies by department. And you also have the option to check the time to fill distribution. And yes, that's for recruitment. Let's get back to the glossary page, and I want to show you new status. Here you can see the number of people that joined your company throughout the year, for example, based on your selection here. You can see the distribution by organization level, by age banding, and location and business unit, and so on and so forth. And the other section that we have covered in this dashboard is terminations. And the first report is related to termination profile. You can see the number of terminations, voluntary, involuntary, or you can check the distribution by business unit, tenure range, and so on and so forth. And the other report that we have inside this section is attrition prediction. And you have the option to check the risk probability to leave the company for each one of the employees. And you can slice and dice data based on the slices here at the left hand side. And you can also see the negative and positive correlated factors that you have inside your company. We used Python and use random forest algorithms, k-means clustering, to enable this feature for our customers. And you can specify the factors and fields that you want to include in this report. Okay, let's get back to the first page. And the other report that I wanted to show you is related to salary. I want to talk about pay gap analysis here. You have the option to compare the payments for males and females in your company, not only throughout the time, but also for different organization levels, gender and tenure banding, and so on and so forth. And again, you have the option to slice and dice data based on the slicers and filters at the top of the page. So here, for example, I just want to see the numbers for mid-level, or I can select multiple items by holding down the Control key on my keyboard. That's it. Okay, so let's get back to the previous page. And another page that I want to show you is about leave analysis, leave taken analysis. We have 3 reports for leave and availability. And here you can see the leave days for different departments, for different categories, age ranges, and so on and so forth. And you can see the trend through time. You can compare it with previous year, and you also have the option to see the differences for males and females. Okay, hope that helps. This was a quick demo. If you like to work with this dashboard, you can easily check out our website, agilehranalytics.com, and then go to the solution section, and then scroll down to get this section. Get to this section here, live interaction demo, and then here you have the option to work with this HR dashboard, see the features that we have, and then use it and enjoy it. By self-service analytics, it means that you don't need to ask IT team to change things in the dashboard whenever you need to change something, even minor things. For example, let's say you want to change x-axis or y-axis from business unit to country or other fields that you have inside your database. Okay, let's say you are checking diversity analysis, and here you can see the percentage of female leaders by business unit, and then you wonder what is the percentage of female leaders by country. How you can change this column, this y-axis actually, from business unit to country. So it's easy to do. You don't need to ask IT team to do that for you. You just need to go up here, click on the edit button. It will bring you to the edit mode. You have two panes here. The first pane is data. You have all the data measures columns here, and the second pane is visualization. And then when you click each one of the visuals inside the report, you have the option to change the, for example, y-axis, x-axis, and so on and so forth. So here in this visual, we have business unit for our y-axis, and then we're going to replace it with country. So it's easy to do. You just need to get rid of business unit, go to the search box here and type country, and then you can easily drag and drop country here to y-axis position, and boom, here you can see the distribution of female leaders by business unit. And here, for example, let's say for Australia, you want to see other fields as well. As you can see here, we have customized tooltips here. Not only you can see the percentage of female leaders, you can see the number of females in leadership team, which is 38. You can see the whole number of employees in leadership team, which is 109. And you can also see the total number of headcount in Australia. And you can change it here. Let's say you want to get rid of headcount. You just need to click this icon here, and then you can see that you don't need, you won't able to see the headcount anymore in any of the bars. That's easy to do.
How does Agile HR Analytics leverage AI to enhance workforce predictions and planning?
Agile HR Analytics utilizes AI and machine learning algorithms such as random forest or k-means clustering to analyze your HR data and identify trends, patterns, or even anomalies. This helps in predicting employees' behavior, identifying potential risks, and uncovering opportunities to improve overall workforce performance and productivity.
As you know, HR data is very sensitive. So we are committed to maintaining the highest standards of data security and privacy. Since the data is hosted on your organization's own environment, there is no transfer of data outside your systems, ensuring complete control over your sensitive information. Additionally, our solution is built on Microsoft platform, which means that it follows very strict security standards, including encryption, access control, and regular security audits.
Role-level security is a great feature that allows you to control access to the data within your reports and dashboards in your organization based on users' roles and permissions. With Agile HR Analytics, role-level security is implemented using your organization's Azure Active Directory, ensuring that users can only access and view data relevant to their roles and responsibilities. This adds an additional layer of security to your HR reports and dashboards, protecting sensitive information and safeguarding your organization's data privacy.
It is fully customizable based on your business needs, logic, terminology, brand, and very easy to maintain by your IT team or by us. But most importantly, it's hosted in your own environment. So that means no security concerns.
Agile HR Analytics seamlessly integrates with your existing HR systems like Workday, Oracle, or even SAP, and consolidates data from multiple sources. You can even import flat files like Excel and CSV, combine all the information together to get what you need. This enables you to have a comprehensive view of your HR data in one centralized dashboard. You can see the recruitment process along with all the HR related data, and you can even see the correlations. For example, the relationship between training and performance, which makes it easier to analyze and drive meaningful insights.